Kevin, you got to give both front offices a ton of credit. I mean, you got to find guys and try to be economical about it, and they need to be able to play important minutes for you. It's a little more art than science, and kudos to both of these front offices.
A look at the Magic starting group. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Wagner in at the small forward position. Now, here's Lowry after the miss from Kentavious Caldwell Pope. And it's blocked. And here they come. A finish, and finished off by Banchero.
When Banchero gets in tight, that's how he likes to finish. No layups for this big guy. He's all about the finish.
Now here is Lowry. Pass to Embiid. Over Carter. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Lowry.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Suggs with the ball. Now Banchero. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Sinks the three-pointer.
Love the rise and fire approach from KCP. Got to be impressed with this guy's confidence.
Pass to Lowry. Back to George. Here's Yabusele. Coming off a stellar performance against Orlando. Suggs with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Here's Banchero. Lays it up off the glass.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here is Lowry. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now, here's Banchero. After Wagner. From long range. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
At the line for one.
And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. The Sixers this summer signing Paul George to create a star trio. Along with the great value signings around the edges, Philly is widely regarded as one of the league's most improved rosters. And guys, this team is poised to compete with the league's best. They have a big three, and they have a real chance now to win a championship.
No doubt about it. We appreciate the update. Thanks, Shams. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the 76ers. They're in the upper part of the conference records right now, in 5th place. And, of course, there's the Magic. right on their heels as they've got the next best record.
And for Philadelphia, this hasn't been the breakout sifting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And there are the Magic with another bucket.
You like to see that from Wagner. I mean, as he continues to develop his mid-range game, I think we'll see more and more of that.
Poke loose. Now Suggs pushing it up. No one to stop him. Pass to Cole Carter outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
You know, Wendell Carter Jr. really epitomizes the modern big man. He can stretch the floor and do work on the glass, giving you high utility on both ends.
2 shots.
That's good from Carter. And like a number of centers in today's NBA, Wendell Carter Jr. continues, Clark, to hone his three-point shooting.
Boy, I tell you what, Kevin, it's almost mandatory necessary for big guys nowadays to be able to knock down not only the mid-range jumper, but the three-point shot. Give credit to Carter Jr. for seeing this growing trend and then working to put it into his toolkit.
Clark, these two teams sharing the court for the second game in a row. Think we'll see any changes?
You can count on it, Kevin. I mean, these coaches will be responding to what transpired in the last game, trying to find where they might be able to change things up just a bit.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Drummond. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Oubre. To the left wing. Shot clock at 6. They set the screen. Trying to get something going. Rejected by Banchero.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
Here's Suggs. His three-pointers off the mark. The 76ers trail by 14. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Stolen. Oubre against Caldwell Pope. Lowry kicks to Yabusele. Lowry a screen on Banchero. Clock at 6. Here's Yabusele. He's covered by Banchero.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on them.
Now the 76ers with it. It's a 14-point game. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
It sure did, and they got a lot of scoring from their bench, and I think that really was the crucial difference.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here, looking for a breather, and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Sixers ENT. Make some noise, everybody. Looks like a decent high band. Who wants to serve?
Let's see some of the numbers here for Kyle Lowry. Five to shoot. Here's George. Drills the baseline jumper.
Love the flow and rhythm that George plays with. Very impressive. He's got a natural, comfortable cadence to his pace.
Now, here's Suggs. Still without a basket. For the three. Good on the three-point shot.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Here's Lowry. Oubre outside. Pass to Yabusele. Right side, George. Shoots over Wagner. Drops it in from 14 feet away. George has got his second basket.
And George continues to build on his offensive repertoire over time. I mean, if you stay off of him and you give him too much space, he'll burn you for that mistake.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
It's stolen by Carter. Caldwell Pope outside. Over to the left wing. Suggs up top while recovering. To the paint. Here's Carter. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Oubre outside. Outside Lowry. Back to Oubre. Outside George. And there's the drive.
Great speed displayed by George on his way to the bucket. Devastating to the defense with those dunking skills of his.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
I caught up with Coach Nick Nurse. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if you want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, David. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And now let's take a look at the number of second chance points these teams have had over the last month. These guys never give up on a possession. Fourth, the Magic.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive.
Anthony, the pass to Black. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. From the line, and Anthony with the basket on the assist by Isaac. And the Magic lead by 15.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Here's McCain. Last game out, he had 14. Pass to Walker. Here's the three. Rebounded by Isaac. Magic leading by 15. Clark, what do you think about the Orlando Magic? In 47 games last season. Their most in over a decade.
Boy, I love the core of this group in Orlando, Kevin. The development of their young guys, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, and the rest of those guys already starting to pay dividends. They could be a force for a while. These young guys are only going to get better.
And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Edwards passes to Grimes. Here's McCain. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game.
Few players get more dunks than Drummond. He's a center who plays like a traditional center, looking to throw it down every chance he gets.
Here's Anthony. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. It's hauled in by Edwards.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Magic leading by 13. From outside the arc. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. The 76ers shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Now here is Harris. No scoring in this one. Here's Bitadze. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Drummond. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And now 6 straight points here coming on the inside.
Takes a step back. Tipped away. Here's McCain. He's covered by Isaac.
4th and 2nd chance points. 6th in blocks. And they are in the top 10 in opponent field goal percentage. They are playing some stingy defense and making shots difficult.
All the second chance points they've racked up jump out at you. They've got a few guys that pursue the basketball with incredible effort at both ends.
Shoot 2.
And he knocks down the first one. You know, Clark, the days of trust the process are long gone. The Sixers are now focused on the now.
As well they should be, Kevin. With a superstar big guy in his prime in Joel Embiid, there's no time like the present. And it's not going to last forever, so they need to capitalize.
He's perfect from the line this time. Well, the Magic last year, Clark earning the number 5 seed in the East. It was a giant step forward.
It certainly was. And I tell you what, they've got an impressive, very impressive young core. And this was the first time they made the playoffs since 2020. And now the minimum expectation is a playoff appearance. And I think they'll be able to deliver on that.
Here's Grimes. Magic knocking down the tray. Puts up a deep 3. McCain's shot is off. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Orlando. They lead by 14. Anthony, the pass to Black. Isaac outside. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Philadelphia's gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the first. Pass to Drummond. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Drummond's got 6 points.
That's where Drummond generates most of his offense. I mean, he's got a lot of moves in the low post.
Anthony with it. He's picked up by Drummond. The 11-footer. Rebound by the 76ers.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
76ers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
At the line for Philadelphia, Edwards, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He throw good, Edwards. And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
Here's the break. A nice shot by McCain.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Here's Anthony, and the layup's good off the glass. Anthony's got his second bucket of the night.
A nice mix and blend of speed and control on the drive. Anthony gets right where he wants to be.
There's Walker with the three, and after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Magic out in front. They lead by 14. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Orlando.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
You know, points off turnovers is something else they've excelled in. I expect the opponent at least to try to squeeze that orange a little better.
We've got Joel Embiid, Abusele out there with Gordon. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's McCain in at the 1. That's the group for Philadelphia to start this second quarter. Gordon outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Gordon's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, Gordon has always been a guy who can knock down the three, and his attempts increased significantly, though, when he headed to Houston, and he is rock solid from deep.
And it's Banchero missing. The 76ers trail by 11. Oubre outside. On the wing, Gordon. Pass to McCain. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. 6 to shoot. Here's Gordon. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Magic leading by 11. Wagner kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Suggs. Back to Caldwell Pope. Carter sets the pick for Caldwell Pope. Puts up a 3. Out of bounds as Orlando keeps possession. And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
Well, you look at Suggs, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
So it's Orlando now. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go.
Wagner will battle you inside now. He's not afraid to embrace and even initiate contact.
Here's McCain. He's covered by Suggs. Six on the shot clock. Baseline jumper. McCain's shot is off. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Orlando Magic. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns.
Really good quickness in transition that time from Wagner, using those long strides to cover ground quickly.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
It's time for Can. If you see yourself on the big screen, you know what to do. Challenge your move. Let's see what you got.
You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Pass to Embiid. Lowry dishes to Embiid. George with the ball. He's covered by Banchero. And George kicks to Embiid. The 76ers need to get off a shot. The 76ers with another miss.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him, and we have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. Magic leading by 15. Caldwell Pope kicks to Wagner. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Here's a look at the schedule for the Orlando Magic. On Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Thursday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
And you know, for that matchup with Oklahoma City, it's going to be a bit of a measuring stick for them. See just how they stack up with a team that most would feel has the edge.
To the middle, stolen by Carter. Wagner with it, and it's Gordon picking him up, and he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And Clark, we're looking at Franz Wagner here. What makes him so effective?
Well, his size and mobility, a rare combination, and how good he is instinctively at the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he can get out and get in a stance and guard guards, and he also can bang inside with big physical guys, and he's very fluid in his motion. Great agility. Love watching that young fella play.
GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
Now, here's Oubre. Scoreless thus far. Banchero passes to Suggs. Now here is Carter. Out to the wing. To the inside. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight. It's good from Gordon on the assist by Lowry. Gordon's got a pair of triples in the second now for the 76ers. Suggs passes to Banchero. Now Wagner. Carter with a screen on Gordon. Carter right side. And the rejection by Embiid.
The defensive instincts of Embiid on display there with the denial.
Lowry kicks to George. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game. On its way from Caldwell Pope for 2. The Magic again can't hit. The 76ers trail by 15. Gordon finds Lowry. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Can't let Lowry get comfortable from beyond the arc because he's more than capable of hurting you from there.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.